Thank you for giving me this interview. Things haven't been going so well lately.
I didn't get where I am today by giving jobs away to people with pathetic lives.
Oh, I'm sorry. How are you even putting up with me over there?
I'm asking the questions here. First of all, what are your strengths?
Well,
then what are your weaknesses?
I give my kid way too much macaroni. He doesn't really eat vegetables. I think he could be developing scurvy. And I tell him to work hard in school, but who am I to talk? I didn't even graduate high school.
Do you have your GED?
No, ma'am.
Sir, you have to have your high school diploma or your GED for this job.
What? But ma'am, please, I really need this job for my son. Here, let me show you a picture of him.
No. You have to pass your GED to qualify for this position. I can't offer you the job unless you do that. If you're interested in that, I can give you the number of a friend of mine that tutors people like you.
Okay. Thanks again for coming to this tutoring thing with me, Drysdale.
It's cool. I kind of need to get my mind off things in a way. Hey, Jim, listen. Have you ever heard of narcissistic personality disorder?
No, I don't think so.
Sheila says I got it. You know how I can kind of be a jerk sometimes? Yeah. Sheila says that my reality doesn't coincide with my overinflated self-concept.
Is it treatable?
See, I don't think I got it, but I don't rightly know.
Listen, I hate to bring this up right now, but my son's been wondering when you're going to return that Wii you borrowed from him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. I think I broke it when me and Sheila were fighting.
Hello, I suppose you're here for the tutoring.
Yes, we are.
You want to go run and get your daddy for us?
I believe you're mistaken. I'm Rufus Maddox, and I'll be tutoring you.
Oh.
Oh, don't worry, it's a common mistake. I recently graduated from college with honors. Now I'm considering PhD programs in either Czechoslovakian literature or mineralogy.
I think I've seen kids like you on TV before.
I'll just have to take your word on that. Why don't we go ahead and move into my study? Before we begin, I'd like to know a little bit more about the two of you. We'll start with you. What were the circumstances that prevented you from graduating from high school?
It was all a misunderstanding. A certain friend of mine had thought it would be funny to let a skunk loose in the girls' locker room. I took the fall for it, and I was expelled for the year. I just never went back.
What became of your friend?
That's kind of a sensitive subject.
Okay, well, why don't we just move on into our first subject, social studies. We'll start with the study of democracy. Now, democracy definitely has its advantages because it ensures a voice for all people. But can anyone think of any disadvantages?
No, sir.
Well, it's great that everyone has a say, but sometimes when you ask regular people to make an important decision, it's not always the best one.
Yes, similar to the skunk in the locker room, right, Jim?
Listen, I happen to know personally the man at the center of the skunk incident. And I feel like if he were here today, he'd apologize for what happened. He was just, how did Sheila say it? Repeating a pattern of destructive behavior.
The two of you mind if I give a little bit of advice? Okay, for you, Jim, there's an examination taking place at the high school in 30 minutes. If you leave now, you can still make it. Now, I know you don't think you're ready, but you're ready. Go! And as for you...
Thank you, little Mr. Maddox. But I was wondering, do you have a Wii?
Yes, I do. I have some very interesting Czechoslovakian games. Especially one where you play a pickled cabbage trying to escape from a deranged housewife.
Well, it looks like you passed the test. Guess I'm supposed to offer you that job. But maybe I don't like your attitude.
If I take this job, are you going to be mean to me every day?
Yes.
Well, I'll have to take it anyway. For my son.
Welcome to hell.
Jimbo, hate to interrupt, but do you mind if we stop by the grocery store on the way home? Because I got a mighty big hankering for some cabbage.